Hi guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So in the morning class, we completed all the attacks except OS top 10. So now we are going to start our first security technology or branch that is called as endpoint security or endpoint protection. So endpoint security is also called as endpoint protection. So here, so first security technology, whatever we are going to discuss is endpoint security. So endpoint security is also called as EPP. So in one of the interview, they asked about what is mean by EPP. So nothing but endpoint protection. So now we can discuss about the endpoint side. What are the different types of security solutions we have to implement in this similar way? So what are the different types of, so someone is making lot of disturbance. Yeah. So we will discuss about endpoint security solutions. On the endpoint side, what are the different types of security solutions we have to implement so that we can take care of the endpoint related laptop or MacBook or workstation or any desktop or any servers. So preventive mechanisms. So first of all, what is meant by endpoint? So endpoint is nothing but end user machine or employee machine or employee asset or host machine is called as endpoint. So whatever end user is using an asset is called as a endpoint. That is also called as a host machine. That is also called as endpoint asset or employee machine. So end user machine or employee asset or machine or host machine or end user machine is called as endpoint. So obviously every employee in the organization, he will use couple of endpoints like, so example of endpoints. So obviously laptop nowadays every company or organization is providing. In the similar way MacBook, in the similar way workstation. So for example, all the banking sector companies, they will not provide any laptop or maybe MacBook. Obviously they will provide workstation or maybe they'll provide desktop. So even couple of companies, they will provide mobiles to employees. So mobile also we can call it as endpoints. Even all the servers also. So that may be Microsoft flavor related servers. In the similar way, Unix flavor related servers. We can call it as endpoints. Now, whatever security controls we are providing to these endpoints or these end user machines or employee assets or assets, we can call it as a endpoint security or endpoint protection or endpoint security solutions. Now, definition of endpoint security. So there are a lot of vacancy on the endpoint side as well, dedicated to DLP, dedicated to EDR, dedicated to file integrity monitoring, even IDS, IPS as well. Whatever security control providing to endpoints or host machines is called as endpoint security or endpoint protection. So now what are the different types of security solutions we have to provide to endpoints or host machines related to laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop, even servers? So endpoint security solutions are, so first one is, so we have to implement antivirus. So previously we used to do traditional antivirus. Now, so obviously based on the attack vector and attack complexity, there are a lot of vendors, they came into new function or feature name is called as EDR, endpoint detection response. In this similar way, advanced feature of EDR is called as XDR. So it has integration with MITRE ATT&CK framework and also integration with so other tools like virustotal.com or hybridanalysis.com or maybe google.com and so on. So we can discuss about what is difference between traditional antivirus and EDR and XDR as well. So second one is endpoint DLP on the end user side. So if you want to implement any DLP, give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry, guys. So endpoint DLP. So here any peripheral control or device controller through peripheral control, something data is leaking. So we have to take care of the endpoint DLP. So next one is we have HADS, HAPS. So up to 2020, we are using HADS, HAPS is different solution. Nowadays, whatever EDR and whatever XDR we are purchasing, it has inbuilt capability of HADS, HAPS also. There is no need to purchase separate HADS, HAPS solution. It will take care of the IDS capability as well as IPS capability as well. So next one, we have file integrity monitoring. So why we have to do the file integrity monitoring? Because all malware category of the attacks. So attacker will inject malicious software program code, and finally he will try to either add or delete or modify, or he will try to change the integrity of the file so that hash value will change. So that is the reason we have to monitor integrity of the files as well. So meaning here, whenever someone is adding or updating or deleting or modifying of the files content or data, so we should aware of who is doing what, whether internal employee is trying to do or external attack is trying to do. So we have to monitor file integrity monitoring as well. So finally we have disk encryption. So our operating system encryption. So this is basically data at the rest level of the encryption. So here, whatever operating system we are using, we should encrypt that entire operating system. Maybe we have to encrypt either so D or E or any other disks, whatever we are using or drives we are using, so that whenever any physical damage or physical theft it's happening by the respective attacker, or maybe sometimes we are going to lose our mobiles or maybe our laptops as well. In that scenario, in case if we are using encryption like a BitLocker or a Trend Micro or McAfee or any other operating system oriented encryption. So whoever is catching our laptop or whoever caught our laptop, even though they were dismantling of the laptop and they are using the hard disk and they are putting into or inserting into their laptop, they can't see our data. Why? Because obviously our key or maybe password is there with us. So attacker doesn't aware of what is the password or key we are using. So that is the practical use case for the mainly disk encryption or maybe database encryption or maybe even so our endpoint related encryption as well. Okay, so these are all. Even I will keep one more functionality also. So that is called MDM, mobile device management, because this is not applicable to our personal mobiles. It is applicable to only company provided mobiles. So peripheral control is nothing but device controller. Whenever we are adding like a pen drive or memory stick or external hard disk, those devices we can call it as a peripheral. So nothing but neighbor devices. So coming back to MDM, mobile device management. So couple of companies, they will provide mobile for on-call support or maybe 24/7, whoever is working related to operational support. So whenever these employees, they are trying to install any malwares, obviously they will try to use their Outlook or maybe Teams meeting, or they will download couple of other applications as well. In that scenario, we have to monitor couple of mobile device oriented, which type of so OS they are using, either is Android or iOS, and also what type of application they are trying to access, whether they are using for personal purpose or whether they are using for office oriented purpose. So we can monitor everything using MDM, mobile device management. For that one, we have a lot of tools are available in the market. So using that one, we can go and we can track who is doing what. Traceability also we can verify. So these are all the solutions will fall under the endpoint security. So these solutions, what I will do, each and every solution I can define about licensing option, how to purchase the tool. In this similar way, how to design the tool, how to implement the tool, and how to create a policies, how to provide the detection methods, and finally, whenever any alert will be triggered, so how to take care of the respective incident investigation, forensic analysis, nothing but entire life cycle of the how to get a project. So how many teams are involved and what are the teams, each and every team importance, each and every team, what are the exact roles and responsibilities they will take whenever any security project they are getting. So total end-to-end project life cycle we can discuss about all the tools or all the security solution whatever we are going to discuss. This is not only applicable to our endpoint security side, this is applicable to our network security or application security and even cyber security as well. So each and every tool entire life cycle, so starting with sales to till the operational support of L1, L2, L3, what exactly each and every phase of the so life cycle they are trying to do and what are the roles and responsibilities. And so as a cyber security team or endpoint security or network security, what we have to do, how many vacancies are existing, that one we are going to discuss. Okay, so today is completely about how to get the projects, what is mean by tendering process, what is mean by request for proposal, so how to validate the vendors, based on what parameters we can validate the vendors. So everything can explain in the normal way. So it's not for interview point of view. So you should know about how to get the projects from the respective customers or clients. So I will take one of the either EDR or XDR tool or maybe DLP tool or maybe one of the firewall related so tender or project. So according to that one, I can go and I can explain about overall end-to-end life cycle of the each and every project, whatever multinational companies or consulting and service-based companies they are getting it. Okay, so this is not from the interview point of view, just for to understand. So what is the backend process to get any project oriented? It's not only applicable to our security oriented related projects, it is applicable to DevOps or TechOps or testing tools or machine learning or any other project, whatever these multinational companies are working on. Okay, let's go and start. Here I will take one of the example is EDR tool. So first thing is customer requirement.
Does this comes under the sales?
Yeah, everything I'll explain about each and every team, what they will do. And yeah, customer requirement will fall under sales. So first thing is maybe, so I will take one of the bank. So maybe I will take bank is State Bank of India. So State Bank of India requirement is they want to implement EDR solution for entire branches, whatever they have in the India and also even outside of the so international branches as well. So what is the requirement for State Bank of India? EDR implementation to entire branch offices as well as headquarters. So this is applicable to all the projects, not only just for our cyber security or endpoint security or network security. Whatever projects we are working on multinational company, this process will follow same as it is. There is no difference at all. So here couple of teams are involved. So to get any project basically, so these big five or CMM 5 level companies or multinational companies. So what are the teams are involved first of all? So project teams are, first one is sales, second one is pre-sales, so third one is design, so this is also called as architect. Next one is implementation team. Next one is operational support. So nothing but here L1, L2 and L3, or this is also called as couple of times tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So these many teams are involved to get any project basically. So now this is our requirement related to State Bank of India. They need antivirus solution or EDR solution. Now, every multinational company, that may be TCS or Infosys or Wipro or HCL or Tech Mahindra or Capgemini or Cognizant or Accenture and so on, they have all these teams are involved. Every company you have, so sales team and pre-sales team, design team, implementation team and operational team and so on. So now, so these companies, so take example of, I will take couple of companies like, so TCS, So here I will write. So TCS, in the similar way, Infi or Infosys. So in the similar way, Accenture, CTS. Yeah, so I'll take for example. So now, so all the TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant company has, so all these teams are involved: sales, pre-sales, design or architect. So implementation and operational support of the all the teams are involved. So in case they don't have the source design and the implementation team, directly they will depending on the vendor itself. So whatever partnership they have done. So whatever partnered with them, so according to that one, they those tools they will so purchase. Now, so now we are going to implement EDR solution for State Bank of India. Now, what State Bank of India will do? State Bank of India will approach these are multinational companies. Otherwise, so these multinational companies sales team, they can go and they can ask in State Bank of India Mumbai location. So that is the headquarters in the financial district of the Mumbai. So now all the TCS sales team or Infosys sales team or Accenture sales team or Cognizant sales team continuously they are keep in touch with the State Bank of India. Do you have any security requirement? So in case State Bank of India has any security requirement, yes, they will say that yes, we do have requirement in our scenario. It's ADR implementation. Yes, we have one of the endpoint security solution implementation that is called ADR. So we are looking for ADR solution. Now State Bank of India will inform to TCS company, they will inform to Infosys company, they will inform to Accenture, they will inform to Cognizant company. Now, so finally, sales team will gather the requirement. What is the requirement here? So implementing of EDR solution for State Bank of India. So that is the requirement part here. Now, so now pre-sales team. So TCS is partnered with, for example, CrowdStrike. So these companies also will partner with the OEM vendors. So nothing but whatever tools it is available in the market. So always they are partnership with these vendors. So example, CrowdStrike is one of the EDR tool. In the similar way, Infosys may be so wanted or maybe partnered with Microsoft Defender. It's one of the EDR tool. So Microsoft Defender. In the similar way, so Accenture may be partnered with Sentinel One. So Cognizant is partnered with Trend Micro, for example. So these are the partnership. TCS is providing CrowdStrike EDR solutions to all the customers, whatever so solutions they are providing. Infosys, they are partnered with Microsoft Defender. Accenture, they are partnership with Sentinel One tool. So Cognizant is partnered with Trend Micro. So now, so sales team will gather all the TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant company. So they are continuously in touch with the State Bank of India security team, and they will gather the requirement. Now, what
Sorry,
pre-sales? Yeah,
sorry to disturb, but here the TCS will act as intermediate
yeah,
for
it's
each
like a
purchaser.
system. That's correct. It's like a system integrators, or we can call it as distributors, or maybe retailers. So it's like an intermediate company. You are right.
So CrowdStrike will be your third party vendor.
CrowdStrike is our main vendor. So that is tool basically. So TCS is like a system integrators or distributors. So whenever any customer they want to purchase any tool directly, they are not keep in touch with the vendor. Why?
Okay.
Because so support related issues will occur most of the cases. So that is the reason whenever any penalty will occur, whenever any SLS will breached, instead of directly contact the vendor. So what these customers are maybe so clients what they will do in between the vendor and also the client, they will make one of the broker or intermediate device. So those intermediate devices are those intermediate people, we can call it as a consulting companies. So those consulting companies are, so these are all the companies.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So main thing is, yeah, directly we can SBI Bank can go and get then contact they're in touch with CrowdStrike and they can purchase. But problem here is every time whenever any issues will occur, so State Bank of India security team directly they cannot go and they cannot rise and they cannot work for 24 bar 7. That is the reason always projects they will give to like a distributor or system integrators because of the support related issues and also continuously penalty related issues and even service level agreement related issues. So they're always making like a distributed company or system integrators.
So
So
basically, if the cost will increase, right? If at
cost
all.
will increase. Their cost will obviously it will increase little bit, not too much,
Hmm.
but they will get some of the benefit. So related to support oriented and also SLA oriented and finality related oriented. So those benefits they will get. That is the reason always they will give to consulting and service based companies.
In case of any breach, this will have the insurance, I guess, right?
Yeah, so insurance will not be there with the TCS and also SBI. So TCS and CrowdStrike it will be there. So yes, insurance we can do whenever we are taking care of the risk management. Something we are purchasing if you want to transfer to third party. So like any other third party who are taking care of the risk management oriented, then in that scenario, yes, we can transfer the risk, but not something got compromised. For example, State Bank of India, one of the server got compromised, so that particular, okay, so insurance cannot be blamed using TCS. So TCS has to so provide service level agreement, and also within the service level agreement, whatever time they define, so they have to complete the instant investigation forensic analysis. Okay. Now pre-sales team, what they will do. So already I explained one time. So sales team is mainly for the gathering the customer requirement, and pre-sales team they will do POC. POC is nothing but here not point of contact, proof of concept. So what is this proof of concept basically? So maybe example you want to purchase one of the jeans pant. So for that one you will go to US Polo or Levis or maybe some other so vendors, and you can go and you can see whether it is fitting into your body or not, whether it is comfortable to your body or not. In the similar way, even you can check quality and also quantity as well. What is the price of the cost related to jeans pant? So once you are choosing the respective model, then you can go to trial room and you can insert into your body and you can see whether it is fitting into your body, whether it is comfortable to your body or not. So like a trial room, you are going and you are testing whether that particular cloth or jeans pant, whether it is comfortable to you or not. So like a testing you are doing by going to trial room and wearing the respective jeans pant. In the similar way, same as it is. So whenever if you want to purchase any security solution, so or any not only just security, even that is applicable to other software industries as well. So we have to test that particular tool or solution in the testing environment to see whether all the features whatever customer do they have requirement, it is matching or not. In the similar way, financial criteria it is matching or not. Maybe I have only budget is 100K USD dollars. So within that particular 100K USD dollars, whatever EDR we are going to implement, it is matching to my budget, and whatever reports I am looking for, whatever dashboards I am looking for, whatever features I am looking for, so whether it is matching to my business requirement and also my financial requirement. So that is the reason every company, whenever they want to purchase any solution, they will do POC. POC is nothing proof of concept. Before purchasing the tool, they will make one of the testing environment. In the testing environment, they will test the solution. So this POC approximate 2 weeks of the time period they will test it. So once 2 weeks of the so testing they have done, so they will validate a couple of parameters like all malware category of their text it is preventing or blocking, all threat intelligence fits integrated or not, all virus, worm, trojan, ransomware, or keyloggers or adware spyware related attacks, it is detecting, it is blocking or not. And whatever weekly reports or monthly reports or quarterly reports I'm looking, whether it is generating those reports, whatever dashboards or security posture of the organization for malware category of the EDR solution, can we create customized dashboards or not? So those 2 weeks of the time period, now State Bank of India will validate all these technical parameters. In this similar way, even they will validate financial related quote and also budget as well. Okay, so now first, so State Bank of India, they will go with TCS with CrowdStrike tool, and they will complete the testing part here. In this similar way, now they will call Infosys company. So now Infosys pre-sales team, they will take either solution. They will go to State Bank of India Mumbai location, and they will test their Microsoft Defender tool in their data center or maybe SaaS based tool. So they will complete testing for 2 weeks. In the similar way, now State Bank of India, they will call Accenture company, and they will take Sentinel one, and they will go to State Bank of India. They will testing in their testing environment. Finally, even with the Cognizant Trend Micro solution, they will take and they will test it. Now, whenever State Bank of India pre-sales team, sorry, State Bank of India security team, they're testing proof of concept. So here itself, they will validate technical parameters, and also after completing the even testing, they will ask even budget also. So so how much total overall solution it will cost it. So now TCS company, they given overall solution cost is 100K USD dollars for entire EDR solution implementation. Now Infosys has given 90K USD dollars with Microsoft Defender. So Sentinel One by Accenture has given 150K USD dollars. It's very expensive. So now Cognizant with the Trend Micro, it is given 120K USD dollars to implement entire EDR solution. So now they have validated even technical parameters, and also even companies has provided financial budget or solution, how much it will cost it. Now, later what State Bank of India will do, State Bank of India will do, I will add one more column here. They will release tender officially in the State Bank of Tenders career site. They will release the tender. So they are looking for the EDR solution implementation side, or we can also call as RFP, nothing but request for proposal. Tender, another name is like request for proposal as well. So whatever proposal all these multinational companies or consulting or service based companies they are providing, so they will request whatever solution they are trying to provide to State Bank of India. So in such a way, either they will release, most of the case they will release tender only. So now these tender document, who has to purchase all these TCS, Infosys, Accenture, Cognizant, not only these companies, even other companies also, maybe whoever did not complete POC, example HCL, so even Tech Mahindra, so Capgemini, so they can also participate in the tender even though they did not participate in the POC, proof of concept. So now all these companies, they will participate in the tender. So now respect to State Bank of India. So they have two different types of teams in the State Bank of India side. So one is technical validation team. Second one is commercial validation team. So technical validation, commercial validation. So these State Bank of India technical validation, obviously they will give 60% of the weightage for any tender. Most of the customers, they'll follow 60% is weightage for technical related features or reports or dashboards and everything. In the similar way, so for commercial evaluation part, they will give 40%. So nothing but they are validating both the parameters. One it is technical parameters, State Bank of India is validating. In the similar way, even they are validating whether within the budget, so whatever budget they defined at the time of February, March, or maybe January or December, it is sufficient that budget or not. So according to these parameters, now finally, State Bank of India, they will give project two. Maybe they given project two. So example, my Infosys. So now finally, Infosys got order or project. So now State Bank of India given project two. Now this one, Infosys, I will highlight this one. Now Infosys company has a design and architect team. So what this design and architect team, they will take care basically, they will create two different types of documents. One of the document is name is called as HLD, high level design. In the similar way, second document also they will create, that is called LLD. So basically these people is like a solution architect or security architect. So solution architect or security architect. So these people has a more experience, like a 10 plus years of experience, because If they will do any mistake, entire solution will go wrong. So that is the reason always security architect or solution architect has a more experience, not only on the one particular security solution, even they do have the experience in the multiple security technologies along with endpoint, network, application, cloud, and also cyber. Each and every security technologies, if they have, then only they will recruit security architect. Okay. So now, what is meant by HLD and LLD? HLD full form is high level design, and LLD full form is low level design. So what is meant by high level design here? So they will create overall one of the blueprint how we can implement EDR solution State Bank of India Mumbai location. So they can create a scope of the work. They will provide additionally risk at the time of the implementation. Is there any risk is involved? And also, is there any assumption? So we have to provide assumption whether all the network is reachable, all the ports are open for communication side, all the applications are accessible or not. So like assumption we have to include. In the similar way, we have to create network architecture diagram. Which network architecture diagram? Here we are discussing about EDR implementation. So EDR implementation architecture diagram, they have to define. So in the similar way, so they have to define about what are the ports and protocols should be open. So finally, so they will provide the kickoff meeting and so project sign off. That is high level design. I'm repeating once again. In high level design document, what are the information normally solution architect or security architect he will provide? He will provide the scope of the work related to EDR implementation. In the similar way, risk at the time of implementation, what the risk is involved, assumptions, network architecture diagram, kickoff meeting, project plan, implementation plan, and finally, so sign off. So coming back to LLD, LLD, it will provide in-depth analysis. High level is nothing but only it will give high level design only, but low level design, it will provide in-depth analysis. Which IP address we have to assign to ADR tool? How many endpoints are there? How many assets are there? How many servers are there? And so where we have to deploy ADR agent? Whether all these servers or endpoints are physical assets or maybe cloud-based virtual machines. So now how we can integrate Active Directory to ADR tool? How can we integrate primary DNS and secondary DNS? How can we integrate our SMTP server to receive the alert notifications? So along with the HLD, additionally, we can provide what is the IP address we have to assign to EDR tool, what is subnet mask, how we can integrate primary DNS server, how can we integrate secondary DNS server, how can we integrate Active Directory information, how can we integrate SMTP server, everything we can provide in the LLD. LLD like a Bible to implementation team. So everything it will be there in the LLD. So once LLD is completed by solution architect or security architect, now implementation team, whatever LLD Bible they created for implementation side, they will take and whatever implementation steps or process they define part of the LLD, according to that one, they will go and they will provide the IP address and management IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway, primary DNS integration, secondary DNS integration, Active Directory integration, assets creation, policy creation, dashboard creation, report generation, everything they will implement in EDR tool of the State Bank of India Mumbai location. So these people also should be aware of troubleshooting as well. Couple of times whenever we are implementing the tools, it will not work out properly. So we have to make sure that fine tuning of the tool, and also we have to make sure that all the assets are so active and also it is running, and also health checkup is always good. Everything they can take care by implementation team. Finally, so they will implement EDR tool in the State Bank of India Mumbai location. So once everything is completed, now they will give training to State Bank of India security team by implementation team. And later our Infosys L1, L2, L3 team, they will take care of the EDR related alerts investigation part. So whatever contract they agreed or project they agreed for 1 year or 3 years or 5 years. Most of the cases, contract will be like odd numbers only, either 1 or 3 or 5 or 7. So this is the way once implementation is completed, now they will give training to so State Bank of India security team and they will do the project sign off. Now implementation is completed. Now Infosys has an endpoint security team or endpoint protection team. So like a L1 team, L2 team, and L3 team. So whenever any alerts will be triggered related to malware category of the attacks under the EDR tool in the Microsoft Defender, because so finally State Bank of India chosen Microsoft Defender tool. So now whenever any alerts will be triggered in the Microsoft Defender tool, respect to Infosys team of L1 or L2 or L3, they will take care of the instant investigation and forensic analysis of all malware category of the attacks. So this is the way. So every solution, whatever we are implementing to customer or client location, it will follow all these phases. Okay, so first is sales and pre-sales. So design or implementation and operational support. So that may be any project you can consider. Maybe so tomorrow DMart wants one of the application development or maybe testing tools project. Now DMart will go and release the tender in the DMart website. Now TCS company or Accenture company or Capgemini company, they will go and they will bid for that particular application development of or testing tools development of so respective DMart application. Okay, so now whatever proposal they are providing by TCS or Accenture or Capgemini, DMart, so security team, DMart application development team or testing tools development team, they will validate which proposal is good, which proposal is cheap and best solution they are providing. Finally, DMart company will allocate that particular order related to application development or testing tools related part to respective any multinational company. This is the way how the projects are getting by all these multinational companies or consulting and service based companies. So now, so whenever, so any customer or client, they are giving tender document. In the tender document, normally they will provide a lot of information. They will say like, we need, so Gartner report quadrant leader position vendor only. So we need 24/7 support. We need SLAs. Whenever any critical incident is occurred, we have to complete 4 hours. Whenever any high related incident, you have to complete in 12 hours. Whenever any medium related incident, you have to complete in 24 to 48 hours. Whenever any information related incident it is occurred, you have to complete that particular investigation in the 5 days. So this is the way service level agreement also, it will define in between customer and also consulting and service based company. These agreements we can call it as service level agreement. Service level agreement is always in the so time nature, basically based on the time wise. Okay, so in the tender document also they will provide past experience evaluation of the tender. So in the past whether they have completed these projects related to security or whatever. So whether any prior experience it is existing and what are the tools they are using, whether they are providing the Gartner report. So now let's go and see here what is meant by Gartner report. Already explained I think one time. EDR Gartner report 2024. So I will go to images now. So I'll click on first thing. I'll go to so EDR Gartner Quadrant Report 2024. I'll click on this one. Now EDR Gartner Quadrant Report it is here. So yeah. So endpoint protection platforms 2024. As per 2024, this year survey only, Gartner is conducted with the multiple vendors. So our multiple companies or customers. Finally, they came up with so 4 quadrants. Those 4 quadrants are leaders. First position is leader position. Second one is challenger position. Third one niche players, and fourth one is visionary position. So niche players and visionary. So these are all the Gartner quadrant report. Whenever any customer they need any solution, most of the tenders or request for proposal they will keep one of the word or sentence. We need whoever is a leader position solution only we required. That may be firewall, that may be SIM tool, that may be EDR, that may be DLP or encryption or any web application firewall or IDS, IPS or any other. Most of the vendors, most of the customers, they will keep first sentence itself in their tender document as we need. So leader solution, whoever is appearing as per Gartner quadrant report. That means either they want Microsoft Defender tool, or maybe they want CrowdStrike, or they want Symantec, they want Trend Micro, or they want maybe Sophos EDR. So these are all the So leader position. So these are best tools right now in the market related to EDR. So in the similar challenges, little bit less as compared to leader position of the tools. So ESET is one of the EDR tool related to antivirus. In the similar way, so niche players. So under that one, we have BlackBerry and also Blight Defender and FireEye, Cisco, F-Secure. All these are part of the niche players. And Visionary, these particular vendors. So right now it is entered into the market. So they are competing with leaders, niche players, and visionaries. Okay. So this is the way how the tender document they will prepare. So now whenever consulting or service based company, they are going or walk through that particular tender document also, each and every point they have to read and they have to understand, and according to that one only they have to propose the solution to the client or customer. In case, so whatever information, maybe now State Bank of India, they want leader position of the Garter quadrant EDR solution, but TCS company they provided ESET. Obviously whenever, so State Bank of India security team they were doing the vendor evaluation after submitting the proposals, they will give less mark to TCS company. Why? Because what they said at the time of the tender, so they said like they want leader quadrant solution, but what TCS company is offered, they provided challenger position vendor. So obviously they will cut the marks for vendor evaluation part. So this is the way how the validation as well as, so tender document they will provide, and according to the each and every tender document, whatever they given sentence, we have to read and we have to understand. All this consulting and service company, they will go and they will read it, and finally according to the proposal, whatever their requirement they provided, they can quote it. Everything it is not matchable. Why? Because 100% is matching, and getting the 100% marks out of the tender evaluation is very difficult. At least if you are getting 80 to 90, so always they will compare with one consulting company with another consulting company, whoever is the best. So for that one they will provide the order or project. So this is the way overall backend process, how the consulting and service based or CMM 5 level companies are getting the projects from the multiple continents all over the worldwide or across the universe. That may be North America or South America or Asia Pacific or Middle East or Australia or Africa and Europe continents. So every continent they will keep their sales team, pre-sales team, design team, implementation team, and operational support team. So this is the way how the projects they'll get backend right now. So a couple of people are already working, so they are working just on operational support only. So nothing but they are working either L1 role or L2 role, L3 role. So you should now itself has how to put a dream stating that, so this is the way how the my ladders looks like. First I have to join as L1 security analyst, later I have to promote it as L2, later I have to promote it as L3, then from there I have to switch over to implementation, from there I have to switch over to, so architect or maybe manager, from there I have to switch over to director, and end of the career I want to become CISO of the organization. So this is the way how the ladder should be looks like. This is also one of the interview question. Where do you want to see yourself within 5 years of the time period? Where do you want to see yourself within the 3 years of the time period? So so this is the ladder basically. Okay. So this is the way how the projects, any, not only from the security point of view, guys. So this particular entire overall, that may be IT or software industry or BPO sector or electrical or mechanical or civil related as well. So everything like a tender oriented programs only. So for example, maybe Hyderabad Metro. So whatever L&T got the project based on the tendering only. So CMR or some other vendors, they participated in the respective tender program, and finally Hyderabad Metro project is given to L&T. So same concept. So water projects, so every company is getting, everybody will follow same process. There is nothing difference at all. Okay, maybe delivery is different. So here we are providing security solution implementation. Maybe DevOps team they want to take care of the DevOps related to CI/CD pipeline. So maybe application development or website design they will take care of the website design, or maybe product people they will take care of the product development. But everything is same process they will follow. So this is the overall backend process, and now you can decide where do you want to see yourself. how the security ladder looks like. Sorry, guys. Now, every solution or every tool, whatever we are implementing or we are purchasing by the customers or clients, so all these teams are involved. For example, EDR side, sales team EDR, sales team pre-sales. So EDR, okay, so design team, EDR implementation team, EDR operational support team. Now you can look into how many vacancies are there dedicated to EDR itself. One is sales, one is pre-sales, one is architect of the EDR. So next one, implementation of the EDR. Now finally, operational support of L1, L2, L3. There are so many vacancies. Here itself, we can create 6 vacancies for the dedicated to EDR overall end-to-end life cycle of the project. In the similar DLP side, so DLP, so once again, so sales, pre-sales, design, and implementation, operational support of DLP level 1, level 2, and level 3. In DLP side also, so operational support of 24 bar 73, 65 days, they will monitor. Couple of companies, they were recruiting, obviously. So PwC and also Genpact, Gensar, so even what is that, KPMG, all these companies dedicated DLP, they are recruiting. So many people are selected. So in this similar way, file integrity monitoring. So it's one of the dedicated single tool. So whenever any end user or attacker, they are trying to either ungranted files, they are trying to access it, alert will be triggered. So we can go and we can do the action whether end user has done or attacker has done. And so finally, we have to take care of the instant investigation. So file integrity monitoring also 2 people are selected with the 13 lakhs package. So next one, the disk encryption. So dedicated to endpoint disk encryption related to BitLocker or TrendMicro or Metcalf or Symantec and everything. So finally, mobile device management as well. So for everywhere, we have a lot of vacancies are available. This one only we are discussing right now, endpoint security only. Same thing is applicable to network security related to firewall sales, firewall design, firewall implementation, firewall operational support of L1, L2, L3. In the similar way, proxy, in the similar way, network IDS, network IPS. Today, one of the candidate is attended dedicated to network IDS, network IPS, L1 vacancy. Okay. So in the similar way, cyber security SIM tools, so vulnerability management, L1, L2, L3, SOC, L1, L1, L2, L3, cloud security engineers, or even applicable to product security or mobile security. So everywhere we have a lot of vacancies. So till internet is available, so there is no problem to security at all. You can switch over one security technology to another security technology. So there is no need to migrate one technology to another security, another technology. Maybe right now you are into cyber security. In future, maybe you can migrate to cloud security, or maybe you can migrate to application security, or maybe you can migrate to OT or IoT security technology. So here itself we can do retirement as well. Till the internet is available, there is no problem, there is no docker for cyber security at all. So there is no need to change into other technology as well. So a couple of people I have seen right now, they are working in testing tools or maybe robotics or maybe PowerPoint, or there are so many solutions. So within 1 year, they will migrate to some other technology because large number of the competition is available and also less number of vacancies are available. And also, so there are no continuous growth in that particular technologies. So, but here every day one of the new technologies coming into security field. So from past 20 years, we can see endpoint security network and also physical security, information security. But after, so these, so telecom spectras are increased, maybe 4G or 5G or 6G. In the similar, lot of applications are increasing, and OT and IoT related technologies are increasing, and machine learning capabilities are increasing. Everywhere, these security technologies also increasing. Now, cyber security came into picture, application security, mobile security, product security, OT and IoT security everywhere. So that's what I'm saying. So there is, once you are entering into cybersecurity field or any security field, there is no need to change into some other technologies. So here itself we can do retirement as well. Okay. So that's all about overall introduction about how to get the projects and what is the backend process. So do you have any questions on this topic? It's just all introduction only. Nobody will ask at the time of the interview. So it's just for understanding about how projects we are getting and how many different types of solutions are there on the endpoint and network and application and product and mobile and cloud side as well. So everywhere we can go, and so they're creating one of the vacancy, and we can go and we can attend these interviews. So that is the reason this particular training is not about only operational support of L1, L2, L3. That is what I said at the time of the demo as well. So this particular training, whatever I do have the knowledge. So I do experience on sales. When I was working in Middle East, I used to take care of the sales. I used to take care of the POCs related to pre-sales. Even I have done the writing of the tender documents for customers as well. Couple of customers, they don't know how to write the tender document. For that particular tender document also I have written and they given to customers. So even architecture and also implementation and operational support. If you know about all these at least 8 to 9 security technologies, so what is what, at least basic knowledge, then you will become CISO of any organization. Nothing but Chief Information Security Officer. It's equivalent to CEO and CTO and CISO. Okay. So that is about overall introduction. So tomorrow onwards, what I will do. So I will start with each and every security technology or tool. So what is licensing option? How to purchase the tool? And how to design the tool. So in the similar way, how to implement the tool. What are the different types of policies we have to configure? What are the different detection methods we have to enable? Finally, so even we will discuss about investigations also. Whatever tool is suggesting. If it is DLP, DLP related investigations, if it is EDR, malware related investigation, if it is firewall, firewall related investigation, if it is cybersecurity SIM tool related investigations. So everything we can discuss about sales, pre-sales, licensing, design, implementation, and finally investigations as well. So this overall training will not only cover about just for operational support related role. So whoever has the experience, couple of people they said like, I do experience on 12 years of experience, I do experience on 10 years, I do experience on 15 years experience. I will give everything whatever I do know, but you can grasp it and you can clear the interviews and you can get the more salaries. So a couple of people they crossed my salary also, whoever took the training from my side. One of the guy is drawing right now 75 lakhs. So he has only 14 years of experience. Okay. So completely depending on how much you are grab it and what is your intelligent quotient related to IQ and how much you are able to grasp it, whatever I'm teaching. It's completely depending on your how much you are taking away to your home. I will teach everything whatever I do know. Related to multiple security technologies, not about dedicated to cyber security SOC. Is it clear?
Actually, I have few questions.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So basically, when we are talking about EDR tool,
Yeah.
so we have Microsoft Defender and Sentinel one, both are from Microsoft.
No. Sentinel one is Azure Sentinel. Sentinel one is different. That is EDR tool. Azure Sentinel is SIM tool from Microsoft.
Fine. Okay, that is what I got confused here. So
Yeah.
one Gartner report, it will be published every year.
Every year it will publish. Yes. Couple of times they'll publish quarterly basis. Couple of times they'll publish 6 months basis. Couple of times they'll publish yearly basis. It depends. But there is no frequency. So they are mentioning like quarterly basis we have to release. So most of the cases, either they will release 6 months once or else yearly once.
And one more thing is when we are talking about this implementation here,
Yeah.
this goes under testings, right?
Yeah. So implementation, it depends on the tool to tool is completely different. But most of the cases, for example, maybe you want to implement EDR tool. In that scenario, first thing is, so maybe Bank of America needs so Sentinel One EDR tool. Now you are sitting in the Wipro Gachibowli location. So if you want to connect Bank of America location and if you want to access the tool, obviously whatever Sentinel one they have chosen by Bank of America, now you are sitting in the Wipro Gachibowli location. Now you have to connect it to customer location through VPN or maybe Citrix web gateway or maybe some other third party option. Now you will connect it to respect to customer location. And now you have to implement from Wipro Gachibowli location to Bank of America ADR tool. That is possible. So how it is possible? We have to assign one of the IP address to EDR tool. So through that management IP or through that management host name, you can remotely log in from Wipro Gachibowli location. Now you can start the configuring of the EDR tool. So whatever Bank of America endpoints are there, all those information you can get it from the respective end user or maybe client or customer related to Bank of America, and segregate all those endpoints. How many laptops are there? How many MacBooks are there? How many workstations are there? How many servers are there related to Microsoft or Unix? You can segregate based on the OS wise. Now you can get the information related to what is the primary DNS Bank of America is using. In this one, what is secondary DNS? In this one, what is the Active Directory? So either IP address and also host name of the Active Directory, and port number is LDAPs 636 or 389. So that information, and username and password of the Active Directory. In the similar way, you need to get the information from the Bank of America once again. So SMTP server IP address or host name, and also username and password. In such a way, every information you have to get it from the client. From Gachibowli Wipro location, you will connect it to either VPN to client location, or maybe through any other third party web gateway. And finally, you can implement everything. So whenever you are implementing, couple of times, yes, you'll face a lot of troubleshooting related issues. Now, in that scenario, wherever the issue it is identified, you have to do the packet capture in between your remote desktop machine to respective EDR tool, and do the packet capture analysis and do the Wireshark analysis. Where is the exact issue? Whether routing is happening in between Wipro to Bank of America location, and also whether all the TCP three-way handshake is completing and all the applications reachable. Everything you have to verify. In such a we can do the implementation part. Anyways, all these things we can discuss at the time of once I will go to the EDR tool or firewall or proxy or SIM tool. We can go and we can discuss in-depth analysis. This is the way we can take care of the implementation side.
And
Any other?
one more thing, what is the difference between security, cyber security analyst and the security engineer?
Yeah, cyber security analyst will take care of the operational support only, like L1 and L2 and L3. So he will take care of the whenever any security incident it will occur, he will take an instant investigation and forensic analysis, where, when, how the incident is appeared, and how it is detected, how it is identified, what is the root cause analysis. That is the analyst role. What is engineer role? It's a very good question. Basically, engineer will take care of the implementations as well, configurations, implementations. So fine tuning, troubleshooting, everything can be done by engineers. So that is the main difference between engineer versus analyst.
So basically, all the integration parts, like if at all I want to integrate anything,
Mm.
uh, that also will be taken care by this engineer, right?
Yeah, engineer
Like,
or implementation team. That's correct. Yeah.
and you said about L1, L2, L3. So each and every department, like EDR, firewall, they will have the L1, L2, L3.
Obviously, yes. So couple of multinational companies, what they will do, take example HSBC Bank. So they recruited 200 employees. So endpoint security is one team, risk management is another team, and cyber security SOC is another team, application security is another team. So even EDR side also they have L1, L2, L3. In the similar way, so firewall side also L1, L2, L3. Maybe now you can ask everywhere L1, L2, L3, then why cyber security SOC is required? Cyber security SOC is a unified single management console, and whenever any incident is occurred, it will take care of the mean time to detection, mean time to recovery, mean time to identification in the quicker way. So if you are going with each and every department wise different tool, it will take blame game. So EDR team, they will say it's a firewall issue. Firewall team, they will say application related issue. Application team, they will say so network IDs, network IPs issue. In such a blame game will happen. Finally, security incident resolution, it will not happen in quicker way. So that is the reason we have to take care of the SIM solution as well.
Excuse me, sir. What's the role of threat hunters? Like I saw
Yeah,
a
threat
role
hunter is the L3 level in the cybersecurity SOC operation SIM tool side. So basically, they will do the hunting of the threats instead of the rule based or policy based. They will go and they will do the manual analysis. For example, so maybe we are getting the brute force attack or password spray attack, or maybe pass the hash value attack and so on. So whenever these type of attacks will occur, so obviously whatever use case or policy created in this SIM tool, according to the logic or Boolean algebra function it is defined, alert will be triggered. So it's a based on the some of the condition or some of the logic or some of the predefined cryptography algorithm. According to that one, alert will be triggered. But what about in case logic is not matching, or whatever so condition we defined is not matching, alert will not be triggered. In that scenario, obviously, our system will get compromised. So to mitigate that particular drawback, whatever it is, they're part of the rule-based alert trigger notification, we can go and we can do hypothesis-based or manual way of threat hunting analysis. So that one is a part of the L3 level in the cybersecurity SOC operation. For that one, we have to go and we have to deep dive into investigation, and for that one, we have to write a queries as well using Kusto query language or SPL or AQL or SQL and so on. So that may be that we can discuss in future.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other? Okay, guys, that's all for today. This completely once again, I want to clarify how the projects we are getting, not only just for our so security industry, it is applicable to each and every other IT BPO and civil, mechanical, electrical, other industries as well. So this is the backend process. So tomorrow onwards, now I will go to each and every solution. Then we can discuss about entire life cycle related to licensing, design, implementation, and so whether hardware based implementation, software based implementation, or single or standalone or distributed deployment. So finally, so what are the different types of policies we have to configure, what are the different detection methods we have to enable. So later we can discuss about finally investigations. So that's all for today, guys. So tomorrow class will be there at 8 a.m. IST. So I will take around 1 hour or 1.5 hours. That's all, guys. Then thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night, sir. Thank
Good
you.
night.